Good morning. Good morning. This message this morning takes me several different ways. I'm preparing for my message on tonight, so I won't say a whole lot because we have to do many sermons tonight. But I wanted to make sure that I say this to you this morning. It's never too late, but that don't mean you get to procrastinate. The problem with people saying that it's never too late is that we either get some kind of thought process or something in our minds telling us that we have time. I hate to say it, but it is the truth. Time is waiting on nobody. Time is not promised. Time is a gift that God gives. And the problem with it, or the issue with it being something that, can come and go, is that you don't know when it's going to go. Okay? You know that you have some time right now. You understand that right this minute. But you could step out your car and that be your last breath. And so guess what? Time to me is a gift that I think that most people take for granted, more so than love and anything else. Time to me is a gift that I feel like people don't have a clue about. Like, I feel like people don't look at life the way that they should. I think that they realize that majority of the time that they've spent complaining, majority of the time they spent waddling, crying over stuff that did not intend for them, was not intended for them. I think that time is something that we as a people don't get. Because even in my timeline on last night, there are some young people, 19-year-old, they had a 13-year-old in my timeline now, that did not make it to see this today. And so to me, time is the thing that we have an issue with. Time is the thing that we think that, I don't know what we think, to be honest with you. I can't even speak for you. I don't know what it is that people feel. Hey, Felicia, good morning. And Happy New Year to you too, sis. It's taken for granted. Time is taken for granted. We procrastinate. We say we're going to do stuff tomorrow because we actually have the audacity to think that we're going to have a tomorrow. We actually have the audacity to think that we're going to have a few minutes from now. We actually make plans, which is fine, yeah, which is great. We make plans, though, with the intentions of being here at the end of next year. With the intentions of actually having 5-year goals. And I'm not telling people to not make any goals or whatever, but I am saying to you that time is not promised. So you gotta live every day as if you don't have a tomorrow. You have to live those. I'm serious. And so some people will come back and be like, Princess, if you don't have any plans, you going up against a brick wall, you going up against this, whatever. Choose to live your life the way that you choose to live your life. But I'm telling you, with this time thing, honey, I'm learning something new. I'm learning something new every day that I deal with a family member that has a life-threatening disease. I'm learning something every day that I am separated from my family. I'm learning something about time when the year passes by so doggone fast that I recall last year around the same time preparing for my birthday celebration. I remember making a life-changing move at the beginning of last year. I had made a promise to myself at the beginning of last year, and now I'm getting ready to see. And did I know that time was going to pass by so quickly? No, I didn't. I'm so glad, though, this year that I took things serious, that I didn't listen to what people were saying about me going live. I'm so glad that I was not concerned with your opinions or your critiques on my books. Or even if you said nice things, I'm glad I didn't get caught up. I'm glad I didn't take for granted the things that people were giving me on this year. I'm so glad, because I realized that a couple of those people that did post on my lives, that did encourage me, that sent me inbox messages, are no longer here to send me any. And so I'm glad that my eyes were open to see that time is so valuable. Time is so valuable. It's here one minute, the next minute it's gone. It's here for one person, and the next minute it's not here for that person. Y'all see what I'm saying? Like, that person can be the same person you went over a goal with, and they're no longer here to go to the finish line with you. So I'm so glad that in my time that I did not try. I'm telling you, I had to learn a lot this year. I had to take my eyes off of what other people were doing. I had to take my eyes off of other procrastinators. I had to make a team princess this year. I had to create a team princess. Because team princess will support princess even when that time that other people are taking for granted. I will sit down at my desk and write. I will produce some things that God has asked me to produce. I won't sit there and make excuses as much as I did the year before, because I understand that time is special. And so tonight, as I prepare for the message that I'm going to present or whatever, somebody may go live, somebody may not. I may give somebody my phone. But I just wanted to share this morning that, baby, time is slipping. You don't know how much you have. That's the problem with you making excuses. That's the problem with you coming up with whatever lie you tell yourself. That's the issue, that you don't know how much you have. And so you can make all the New Year's resolutions that you want to, and you cannot make any resolutions. You can sit and keep making excuses, and you can, today, you can just look around the room and just say, well, I'm just going to take a break. Well, some of y'all been taking a break all year, and some of y'all been watching other people produce things that God has told you you're supposed to produce. You know, so it's up to you, baby, what you do with your time. I can't preach a message to anybody about their time, because guess what? I could be preaching to somebody that's supposed to turn 100, and I could be next to a child that's supposed to only live here for 15 years. And so now I realize that even that message of saying I'm going to do something later, that message of I'm going to put time in or invest time in myself once I get such and such, or once I'm able to buy a computer, is what one lady said to me when I was working on her with the project, because she kept saying that the Lord had given her a story and she was going to work on it as soon as she got a computer. And I told her, I said, there are people who don't have computers. There's, in a group I'm in, there's a lady who wrote that story on a tablet because she did not have the money to get a computer. And one of the people in the group, when they heard her story, she had already finished about 300 or something written pages of that story, when somebody said, you know, you can have my older computer. I'm getting ready to buy a new one. And then somebody else came behind and said, no, I'll just purchase you a computer because it's not good sometimes to get these older computers, blah, blah, blah. And they went back and forth. And before they could get the computer to the lady, somebody else was making a post saying that they was trying to raise money for her children because she had an illness that she never shared with people. So I'm just telling you, you could do whatever you want with your time. You could just do whatever it is. I'm like Big Mama now. You can waste every last minute of it. You can spend time with people that don't appreciate you, that don't love you. You can do whatever you want with your time. Whatever, that's the gift that the Lord has given unto you. And whatever you choose to do with it, I just pray you make wise decisions in 2019, if you make it. I pray you don't take for granted that you get one day at a time, sometimes minutes at a time. And so I'm living my life different I'm telling you, I don't care nothing about what it is that people. I looked at reviews when my first book came out. I think I looked in 2015, looked in 2016, looked in 2017 to see what y'all had to say. Then I started reading other people's stuff in 2017 and 2018 to see what other people saying about other authors to see if I should. And then I always took somebody else's advice into consideration about somebody who they love, and then something struck in my nerves or something struck in my spirit, something did something to my body when I realized that guess what, only what I do for God is going to last, and I can't get a well done with undone work. And that you're going to have people who like it. Like somebody gave Big Mama quotes a 1 star, and that bothered me for a minute. But let me tell you how I know I have grown and that I have valued the time and valued my work here now with Christ. I ain't doing nothing that people don't appreciate anymore. I'm not dealing. I'm not going to keep hanging around folks. I'm going to do what the Lord tells me to do. And today you could be telling me you don't like something. And tomorrow, that's how shady y'all get sometimes and how wishy-washy y'all are. Tomorrow you could be telling me that you needed it. And so that's why I cannot, not 2019, if the Lord allows. 2019, I cannot allow myself to listen to the small voices that keep popping up. I can't face fear the same way that I faced fear in 2018. I cannot look at my life the same way that I looked at it yesterday. Because time, I understand, is a gift from God. And that it is not guaranteed just because. And my birthday is January 17th, but he does not have to allow me to live to see it. And so y'all do whatever you want with your time. I just pray that you will get your behind busy. I pray that something will stir up in your spirit about this video that I'm making right now. Thank you, Yvette. Thank you so much. Thank you, Yvette. I just pray that something will stir up in your spirit to make you just move. Make you regret. Yeah, because if you don't regret, then you won't progress. You won't, if you don't say, I shouldn't have did that, or I should not, if you don't look at your mistakes, if you don't, take self-evaluation, if you don't look at your past and see that you done wasted half of your life, then you're not going to move. You're not going to do what you came to do. You're not. So you got to look at it. You got to look and say, what did I produce this year? What did I create this year? What did I give back to myself? What did I give back to my community? What did I give? Was this whole year spent running after, chasing after some man? Was this a woman? Was this whole year spent crying about somebody who didn't want me no way? Did I heal this year? Did I set myself free? Because half of the bondage that we're in is because we are not free. Not because the Lord don't want to set us free, but because we don't want to be free. So I pray. That's all I got, y'all. I pray that you'll see that even this live may be my last one.